This is Into the Fire. I would like to welcome to Into the Fire the skillful, the magician, two-time McGarry Medal winner, AFL legend, the likeable larrikin, Andrew Newton Jarman.
G'day mate, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you
I'm
too.
so excited to be on your show.
Yeah.
Fantastic mate,
So
all
excited
right.
to have you. I watched some of your highlights from the 1987 Grand Final. Besides you being amazing, I was impressed that the highlights were in colour.
Well, so am I. I thought they still had black and white TV, but it was very exciting back in the 80s playing football in the grassroots and sample competition. A lot of things have changed since then, but geez, it was good to play in the colour TV.
Yeah, it would be. You also won the 1987 McGarry Medal in the same year. Being that you played for North growing up, that must have been an amazing year.
It was an exciting year because the previous 2 years we'd lost the grand final against our arch enemies, the Glenelg Football Club. So we're under a lot of pressure as a football club, but nothing better than winning a grand final with some wonderful mates and my younger brother Darren. It was so exciting, and our mother was very proud.
Yeah, that would be so fun.
Very good.
My dad tells me a story actually.
Righto.
Of what he saw at training once.
Okay.
You and Darren were training with Mick Noonan.
Yep.
Tell me if this sounds true.
Okay.
You had just been told to stop kicking around corners, and Darren then did the same thing, and nothing was said. When you asked why he could do it, Mick replied, "Because he's Darren Jarman." Was he always the coach's pet?
Absolutely. He loved my brother, and Mick Noonan was one of the best coaches I've ever played under, but he was Darren's favourite. I was his bad boy, a bit like my mother. Darren was mummy's boy, I wasn't. Do you know what that's like, don't you?
Yeah, I know what it's like. You were well known for your antics after kicking goals. Any truth that you got those moves off the legendary Rocket Rooster?
Well, not really. He was a bad boy though, Rocket Rooster, but you probably don't know a bloke called Mick Jagger, the lead singer of the Rolling Stones.
Oh yeah?
That's where I got all the moves from.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You were one of the first Crows players listed in the AFL. Can you remember the phone call from Graham Corns?
Yes, I do. Graham Corns. There was nearly 100 odd players that got an invite and a phone call, and I was very fortunate to get a contract from the Adelaide Crows as one of the first few players. So it was exciting times for the Adelaide Crows. We didn't know what to expect. We're building a brand new football club, and 30 years later, they've done us proud, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool too. Alright, so first game ever for the Adelaide Crows against your brother Darren.
Yes.
Many think this was one of the best Adelaide players ever, but the magician put that theory to bed that night, didn't you? 29 disposals, 1 goal, and 3 celebrations, 15 sledges, and 3 Brownlow votes. Darren who? What a night that must have been.
Darren who, exactly. Can I tell you a little secret? Our late mother had phoned me that day and said, Andrew, because she was Scottish, Andrew, leave your brother alone tonight and don't hurt him, otherwise I'll ground you. And, you know, I was married with kids. So my mother gave me a warning not to hurt my brother, younger brother. But I'll tell you a little secret, I punched him in there and he didn't like it. He didn't like it. And we won the game, and that was fantastic.
Don't think you would have liked that.
No. Darren who?
Darren who? So, round 2, 1996. Back with baby brother against Fitzroy. How's this for a game? He kicked 8 goals, you kicked 6. Do you feel partly responsible for Fitzroy being exited out of the comp?
I feel bad about it now. That was the year our great coach Mick Noonan coached Fitzroy, his last year coaching, and we did feel really bad because we loved Michael Noonan. He was a great teacher and a mentor, but I was trying to catch up to my brother because he was getting greedy, but I kept feeding him, but he gave me nothing back. So, but yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe that was the demise.
Yeah, maybe it was.
Oh dear.
So, it started well, then went downhill, didn't it? I read you were dropped in round 13, but with a late withdrawal of Matt Collins were brought back in, but you refused to play. What is the real story here, tell us?
Well, champ, we need at least an hour. I don't think we'll have enough time, but let's just say there was a lack of communication between the key people inside our footy club at the time, and Robert Shaw was the senior coach. So let's just say there was a lack of communication.
Yeah, a lack of communication.
All right, my friend.
Right.
Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, let's leave it at
Good
that.
boy.
So, 110 games, averaging 22.83 disposals and scoring 92 goals. That's star status. And then came Malcolm Blight. Is there any truth that he didn't want to play anyone older than himself?
Oh, Malcolm Blight's got a nice ego. Don't worry about that. But he did a great job for the Adelaide Crows, so you can't criticise him, because what he did was he won a premiership in what year? 97, 98 with my brother. So I missed out. But yeah, Malcolm Blight, he can still play footy now. Malcolm Blight, he's that good.
He is pretty good.
Yeah.
He delisted Tony McGuinness, Chris McDermott, Greg Anderson and the mighty Jars all in one hit. 400 years of experience gone in a blink of an eye. Have you forgiven Malcolm Blight, or is he still on your dartboard?
He's on my dartboard. He's on my dartboard with an axe. I haven't forgiven him. Boo, Malcolm Blight.
I wouldn't either. What a stupid decision, getting rid of you guys. Hold on, 2 premierships in the next 2 years. Okay, let's move on.
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Delisted or not, Jars, it must felt good to be one of the most loved Crows players ever, and certainly one of the most entertaining.
Well, we had a passionate fan base, and my job was to entertain, and that's what football should be all about. But back it up. If you're going to be entertaining someone, you've got to make sure you get the footy. So I could try and have a bit of fun out there, because people want to pay money. They pay their membership to see good, fast, entertaining footy, but have some fun. They want to see characters. Where are our characters gone? They're gone. We're like dinosaurs.
I know.
And that's what it was all about.
You went back to Norwood Football Club, and easy as that, Magarey medal and premiership. That's just what you did, isn't it, Jars? Like peas and carrots. You can't have one without the other. All or nothing, Jars.
Well, I owed Norwood a really good year, because they backed me in before the Adelaide Crows had formed, and they were a wonderful, wonderful football club, a very proud football club. So I felt that I owed them something, and that's why I went back to play with Gary McIntosh and Stephen Rowe and some of the superstars.
They are good.
Yeah.
Football club. You have been a big push for the State of Origin, and after researching it, I know why. 5 State of Origin Foss William medals and 2 All-Australians. If they ever started up again, they'd call it the Jars Cup, I reckon. You not only loved it, you owned it.
You're so kind. My heart breaks, because these young players today will never wear a South Australian jumper. I'm very lucky to have 15 of them, and nothing better than playing for your state and doing your state proud. And we had a wonderful era where we beat the Victorians, because they're our arch enemies. But no, look, I think we should call it the Neil Curley Cup, named after Neil Curley, the great man. But one day, hopefully one day, it could be called the Jars Cup, and you're my assistant coach.
Thanks. You coached the Roosters the year after them going bottom, and you went to the finals finishing 5th in your first year, and then the following year 4th, and then 3rd, and then 2nd. The pattern forming, Jars, and then 7th. Oh well, everyone has a bad year. Then you were sacked. What the hell? Why?
Oh yeah, good question. Yeah, look, I think that final year I was mentally shot. I think I was done, because it was very hard. It's a demanding role, but I loved every minute of it, because I went back home to help my football club. So yeah, tough, but again, I wouldn't do anything different. And football is a brutal game.
It is.
Good
Tough
boy.
sport. Coaching is a stressful job. Is that why you went for, let's just say, the slick look?
The slick look. Oh, good question. Do I look like John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever?
I
No,
don't know.
that's slick look.
look.
What about the chubby look?
Nah.
Hey, oh, you're too kind.
Thanks.
You should be on my radio show, Dead Set Legends.
I wish. You met your wife Marion in 1986, who you talk a lot about on the radio. She agreed through a cousin to meet you and didn't know till weeks later you're a footballer. Think she would have still met you if she saw you play first?
No. And I've got to thank my cousin because we've been married 30 years now. We've got 3 beautiful children. I remind her that I was about to leave the venue in the wee small hours, and then my cousin thought, I've got an old school friend that wants to say hello. And there she was, the love of my life.
Yeah. Is it true that you petitioned for football to be called handball?
These are great questions. Yeah, absolutely. Everyone should be able to handball. So let's call it the handball competition.
Yeah, handball competition.
AFL handball competition.
Yeah.
They're very sharp.
You wore long sleeves to hide your massive guns. Is it true you had to take those puppies to the vet because they were sick, mate?
I got puny little arms. I was scared of the cold. I didn't like being tackled. I got guns like Arnie Schwarzenegger. You'll have bigger arms than me when you get to my age.
Oh, I wish.
Oh.
I was looking at players with wild celebrations, and I was wondering, at one stage in your career, did you go by the name of Mark Jackson?
I loved him. And that's what inspired me also. Mark Jacko Jackson, what a great character. And he could actually play football. He was a serious footballer. He was very clever and one of the best set shots for goal I've seen. He had a great technique, but he was a character. So yeah, like I said before, they've all gone. The characters are gone.
Yeah, they're gone. He was a good footballer.
Yeah.
I love listening to you and Louis on the radio. What's Louis really like?
Oh, he's like a big brother. Yeah, he tells me off a fair bit, but he's a very intelligent man, very passionate. But he's a funny person. He
Loves his footy.
He was a very good footballer for the Sydney Swans. So he's given me about 400,000 nicknames since I've met him. So I don't know who I am sometimes when I walk in there, but he's fantastic to work with, and we have a wonderful relationship.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, Giles, it's been a massive privilege for me to meet you today. You're such a funny guy, but also a great person, and I can't thank you enough for going into the fight with me today. Thanks, Giles.
Pleasure, mate. Great questions. What a great career. Bruce McAvaney, look out. I've found your replacement. Well done, champ.
Thanks.